All right. So there's a couple things we're going to focus on today. Mainly going through this assignment. Make sure you feel good about it. There's a couple places that errors take place in the quadratic formula quite often. Okay? So, first thing I want to talk about is this. This is not on the assignment yet, but I want you to think about this. So underneath you have this, right? You know, yes, you have x equals negative b plus or minus the square root over a. Trying to catch up with the song in my head. So let's pretend. Actually, let's go to the next slide. So there's a couple of places that students make errors with the quadratic formula. Okay? Being there's already preset negative signs and squared signs and negative numbers in there, those all could manipulate.
What? That's a big, it's like right there.
What is it? Oh, it's just, and this is howling loud too.
Everything's burning out.
Burning down. Speaking of burning stuff, you guys see that building collapse in Brazil? It was on fire, 20-story building.
Oh my God, Joe. What did you
I don't
do
look it
this
up.
time?
Told y'all not to play with matches. See what happens.
Bad
All right, so
didn't hear your advice.
you know, you're gonna have some A value, you're gonna have some C value, which is fine. What I want to focus on right now is, let's say we had a B value of -6. Okay, this is not a problem off the homework. This is just an example. So what's going to happen when I plug that -6 into that very first B value? It becomes positive. So when I plug this in, I get -6 plus or minus, and then you have -6 squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So things that we have to focus on are right here. That's a +6. And then we have to focus on this as well. And notice, I didn't plug in my A and my C value. Well, I'm not worried about it. But here's the silly. Does this, the calculator, does it critically think?
No.
Doesn't have mind for its own, right? This works based on ones and zeros, binary bit code. And then they made the code that worked into that. All computer programming works the exact same way, using zeros and ones. Now, there are different languages you can use to program computers and calculators and phones, but when you break it down to the basic components of anything, they use either systems of ons or offs, zeros and ones. That's all it ever has been. Okay? So that calculator does not have a mind to critically think. So here's where it gets goofy. If I knew that b is equal to -6, what if I plug -6 in? What's being squared? -6. So if I plug this in for right here, this is -6 squared. What does everyone feel the answer should be?
36.
How much?
36.
Positive 36?
Yeah.
Okay? And I agree. We're squaring a negative number. We're taking a negative number, times it by itself, and it's getting positive. And I know that your critical thinking skills work very well. But unfortunately, if you plug something into a computer, it's going to do exactly what you ask it to do. If you plug -6 squared into the calculator as it sits, it's going to say, oh, 6 squared, and then the opposite value. Okay? What I mean is this. So plug this into your calculator, and you get, now we all just said it's positive 36, right?
Something.
But all of a sudden it gives you a negative answer. So your critical thinking skills, you knew going into it that it's got to be positive 36. But a device that deals with zeros and ones in its binary code is telling you, nope, it's negative 36. So then you start thinking, is the calculator smarter than me? No! The calculator said, oh, you're plugging 6 in, we're squaring it, and I'm going to give you the opposite value of it. So if you want the calculator to work appropriately, tell it, hey, you know what, calculator? I'm plugging 6 in, or negative 6 in, and I want it squared. So now the calculator says, hey, oh, okay, negative 6 times negative. Now, it doesn't really say that, but notice there's two different things. This is a huge place for students to make errors because you sit there and you know in your mind, if you plug a negative value in and you square it, it has to be positive, but all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe things are different now. No. Understand how your calculator is reading what you plug into it. Don't think that, you know, the ice cap's completely melted, the magnetic pole's shifted, and now negatives are now always negatives and not no matter what. Be cautious, please. Okay, and I'm saying that because these are places that I see errors happen all too often with the quadratic formula. The big place I see people making errors is, oh, I can do this in my head. I hate to tell you this. I'm not trying to insult y'all. I have a degree in math. Do you know I took 20 more math classes after this class? I'm that sick that I counted up how many math classes I took after. Wait, what? I took 20 more math classes after CP Algebra 1. Not in high school. So I took, you know, the geometry, Algebra 2, the pre-calculus. Now I'm out of high school. Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, differential equations, abstract algebra, linear algebra, advanced calculus 1, advanced calculus 2, prop stats 1, 2, 3. What else did I take? I took non-Euclidean geometry. You want to take something that's wacky? Introduction to string theory, advanced string theory, and then I took, oh shoot, there's 2 more classes I took. Me too. All right, so I'll just say there was a lot that I took. It's like, did you like math? I guess so, because I kept taking it. So I am looking at page 149, 150, and I want to work a few of these problems, but I want us to feel comfortable with them. I'm going to work this one. I'm going to work this one. I'm going to work this one. Work this one. Gonna work this one. And I'll work this one. So those are all the ones I just want to focus on. Okay? Good? All right. I'm going to do these problems 2 ways. I'm going to give the reduced radical answer, and then I will then find the decimal approximate answer. Okay? Which is the right answer? It depends what the directions are asking for. I think on this page we wanted the exact radical answer, but just for sake of time, I'm also going to give you the decimal answer. Okay? So let's go back here. Okay. So is this problem already set up to do the quadratic formula? It's equal to 0? What's A? 1, B, C. Okay? So I'm going to be plugging a negative in someplace, so we have to be aware of that. And we know, because we have a silly little song that this is the quadratic formula. And again, guys and girls, you need to know it. If you don't know it, the quiz on Thursday is going to be pretty easy to grade. Okay? So let's start plugging our values in. That negative has to come along. So I get negative 6 plus or minus square root 6 squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a, which is 2 times 1. Excuse me. Okay? Does the negative 6 out front stay negative 6?
Yes.
There's nothing out there to influence it. Make sure you have something to write with out, and a calculator out. Some people don't have stuff out. I won't mention any names, Julia. Six squared.
36.
36. All right, ready? Follow me through this. I'm going to change colors. Negative 4 times 1.
Positive 12.
Negative 4 times 1.
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 3.
12.
Positive 12. Okay? Let's do the math on this. Okay, if you got down to that point, you're getting 3 out of 4 points.
Yeah.
It's like, sweet, 75%. I'm good with that. Move on. What can we do to get more points?
Divide by 2.
Yeah, what am I simplifying?
Negative 6.
What am I simplifying? What am I simplifying? 48, thank you. This needs to be modified. Okay, so my perfect squares, 1 times 1 doesn't help, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5, 6 times 6, 7 times 7. Go until it's just above it and start eliminating. Start from the bottom. 49 is not going to work, 36 is not going to work, 25 is not going to work, but does 16 work? If I don't start from the bottom, guess which one I pick?
4.
Pick 4 and you get it incorrect. Okay, so this is going to break up into 3 times 16. Agree? Square root of 16 is what? 4. So 4 square root 3. Where does this 4 square root 3 go now? It goes in for the root 48. We replace that root 48 with 4 root 3. You get to this point, you still only got a 3 out of 4. Why is that?
Because you're not done yet.
I'm not done yet. I need to start reducing. I can only reduce things outside. If something is captured by a radical sign, the outside can't influence it. So 2 goes in itself once, 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 goes into 6 3 times. My answer is negative 3 plus or minus 2 square root 3. This is my exact answer. This is what x is equal to. X is equal to that, okay? So this is the radical answer. Agree? Any questions on that radical answer? Now I want to do the decimal answer. Okay, I know it didn't ask for it. So that's the radical answer. Now I want to have a decimal answer. So I need to figure out what 2 root 3 is equal to. I need to figure out what 2 root 3 is equal to. Again, this is not something that you have memorized. So if I do 2 root 3, if I do that on my calculator, nothing goofy about it, but I come up with 3.46 to 2 decimals. Does that make sense? So I'm going to replace for 2 root 3, I'm going to plug 3.46 in. Okay, so I'm going to get negative 3 plus or minus 3.46. Okay, it's over 1, we don't have to worry about it. Let's do the arithmetic now. So negative 3 plus 3.46, in case you can't do it. Negative 3 plus 3.46 is equal to just 0.46. And then I have negative 3 minus 3.46 So I get 0.46 and negative 6.46. What did I get? Negative 6.46 and 0.46. Those are my two answers. Okay? So those are the decimal answers. What's the difference between the decimal and the radical answer? The radical answer is an exact answer. Decimal is an approximation. So x is approximately equal to those. Okay? Which answer are we looking for? You have to read the instructions. That's all you have to do. If it says leave it as reduced radical form, leave it as the exact answer. If it says, hey, make it a decimal 2 places, make it a decimal. May I move on?
Yeah.
All right, next problem. I know my A value is 2, my B value is negative 4, my C value is 1. I know that I got a silly song that x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 is equal over 2a. Okay? What might goof things up here? The negative what? Yeah, the negative 4 might goof things up. Okay? The negative 4 might goof things up. So I already have a negative here. Then I'm plugging a negative 4 in. And then I'm plugging a negative 4 in here to be squared. And we all know that if we go negative 4 times negative 4, we're going to get what? Positive 16. Even if my calculator says it's negative 16, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do the math. We got something that changes here. That's 4 plus or minus 16. Negative 4 times 2. Negative 8. Negative 8 times 1. Negative 8 over 4. Do the math. 16 minus 8 is 8 over 4. 3 out of 4 points right there. Why?
Because it's not decimal form.
I want exact radical, so I'm going to change this to what? 4 times 2. Square root of 4 is? So 2 root 2 is going to go right in for this right here. Is that all right? Move it down. I'm going to plug 2 root 2 in for that. What should I do next? Divide by 4 or divide by 2? 2. That's the least I can do. So that's 2. That's a 2. So x is equal to 2 plus or minus square root 2 all over 2. That is my nice exact answer. Good? You okay with that? So this is my exact radical answer. So let's figure out the decimal answer now. Someone verify for me that the square root of 2 is 1.41? Roughly.
Yes, it is.
It is? I tell you, after 22 years of teaching, there's just certain things that kind of stick. Finally. All right. So how do I do that arithmetic? Do I go 2 plus 1.41 and then divide it by 2? What do you think? Yeah, so let's see. 2 plus 1.41 is 3.41. If I divide that by 2, I'm going to get 1.705. That's one answer. And then I'm going to go 1 minus 1.41. So that's going to give me 0.59. divided by 2. And then let's divide that, so that's going to be 0.295. So that's approximately what x is equal to. This is exactly what x is equal to. Which one's the right answer? It depends which problem you have. Yeah.
Why do we divide it by 4?
Do what?
For like 0.59,
Divided by 2.
where did the
2 minus 1.41. So I got 2 plus 141 to get that. 2 minus to get that. Divide both by 2 once you do. Cool? May I move on? Good to go? Alright. Almost done. What value am I missing here?
Your B.
B value. So it's up to you if you want to do it this way, where you can say, well, I know that A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0, C is equal to negative 8. Or you could say, you know what? I could do it this way. Add 8 to both sides. Take the square root of both sides. Make sure you have plus minus component. And we just found that square root of 8 is 2 root 2. Right? So there's that answer. If you see it that way, if you're missing your B value, this might be an easier way to go about it. For those of you who need the quadratic formula, x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, negative 0 is just 0 plus or minus 0 plus 32 over 2 equals plus or minus root 32 over 2. Root 32 breaks down into 16 times 2. That's going to give me 4 root 2. So that's going to give me plus or minus 4 root 2 over 2. Reduce. Oh, look. That's the same answer. Wow.
Wouldn't we put I?
Not on this quiz. All you have to put on this quiz is no real solution. Jack has an earbud in right now. You must have. How do you see that? Big old white cord coming down with a dark sweatshirt. It's pretty easy to see. Tuck it under the sweatshirt next time. Jack hasn't learned all the tricks of the trade yet. He's learning though. He'll get there. I'm giving you a hard time, Jack. I hope you know that. Whatever I say, don't ever cry yourself to sleep, okay? Yeah, buddy, I love you, man. All right. Hey, how would I find the decimal approximate? How would I find the decimal approximate? I have 2 root 2, right? Okay, 2 root 2. 2.83 and negative 2.83 are my answers. This is 2 root 2. Plug it in right to the calculator. It works nicely. All right, number 5. What value am I missing here? A, B, or C?
C value.
C value's gone. So I know my A value is equal to 1, my B value is equal to negative 3, and my C value is equal to 0. So a way you might look at this is like, oh, I have a greatest common factor of x I could factor out. And then I could say, well, x has to be equal to 0 and x is equal to 3. Those are nice exact answers. I like that. Or you could plug in your quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, negative 3, positive 3, plus or minus the square root of negative 3 times negative 3, 9. What is negative 4 times 1?
16.
What is negative 4 times 1?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. What's negative 4 times 0?
0.
0. Oh, okay. What's 9 minus 0?
0.
9 minus 0 is?
9.
What is square root of 9?
3.
3. Ready? 3 plus 3 is? 6. 6 divided by 2 is? 3. 3 minus 3 is? 0. 0 divided by 2 is? 0. Done. That's it. All right, 2 more, and then we're going to leave. Go have Oreos. I heard they got double stuffs down in the office. Where are students going to make an error on this problem?
Negative.
There will be a negative, yeah. Where's the error? Yeah.
The 5 is not equal to 0.
Yeah, it's not equal to 0. So let's move the 5 over. So I'm going to have 2x squared minus 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. I know my a value is 2. I know my b value is negative 3. I know my c value is negative 5. Agreed? If you look at this and you don't do that, you would. If you don't change that, a lot of students are going to say, oh, look, my c value must be 5. You're right,
Negative.
but missed by a sign. And missed by a sign can change your whole answer.
Why is it? Wait.
Because I want it equal to 0, so I have to move it over. Right? X is equal to negative b. So that's squared. B squared minus 4ac all over 2. Okay, good. 3. Negative, right? That's 9. Okay, ready? Negative 4 times 2, negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 5 is positive 40. Oh, cool. If I leave my answer here, I'm actually going to take 3 points off. It's the square root of 49.
7.
Good. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 over 4 reduces to 5 over 2. There's one answer. And then 3 minus 7 is negative 4. So I get an answer of negative 1. There's my 2 answers.
Yay.
What are my decimal equivalents? 2.5 and negative 1. How do you do that so fast?
Easy math.
All right, last problem. Can you still be with me on that last problem? I want y'all to think about this though. I have 1 quiz left. I have 1 test left. I want everyone's grade to come up because of those. And then yes, you have the final. Yeah.
Final test of this semester, right?
Well, you know, like there's certain numbers that we're going to use often. So you might have seen like 3 used last semester. We'll probably see 3 again this semester. My sarcasm is getting bad these days. I'm sorry. I know that I fell off the ladder yesterday. I knew I did something. Yeah.
Is there gonna be like a giant take-home test, or are we just doing that?
Well, it'll be a review packet.
Wait, can I get a review?
Right this second.
My email.
I will have it to you probably by Friday class. Is that okay? Because I have to meet with my PLC. We have the final done. We just have to make sure the 2 other people that didn't work on the final, actually, the 5 other people that didn't work on the final, all feel what the other 2 worked on and put together is appropriate. I and Ms. Lewis put it together. There is a couple others that are in the PLC as well that did not help. It drives me nuts a little bit like that. But hey, it is what it is, right? All right, where's an error on this problem? Where's an error on this problem?
Right, it doesn't equal 0.
Doesn't equal 0, so let's make it equal to 0 by subtracting the 2. Good? A is equal to 1, B is equal to negative 4, C is equal to negative 2. We know that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right. Positive 4. That's 16. What is that? Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8 over 2. 4 plus or minus root 24 over 2. Please recognize that 24 breaks down to 4 and 6, which is 2 root 6 over 2. 2 plus or minus root 6 is my answer. Last little comment before I let you go run the halls free and maybe go knock on a door and run and hide. That's always fun. You guys ever do that? I love that stuff. Love that. That's awesome. The elevator's not coming. Keep pushing the button. All right. If my answer comes down to this. that. The only thing you need to write in this situation for this quiz, because I have a negative under here, because this here has something different, you write no real solution. That's all you have to write. Don't worry about putting the I. That's all I have. That's all I got. Whose door should we knock on and hide? That's a janitor's closet right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's that'd be funny too.
Don't, God. Okay, go do it again. All right. Your assignment for the next time, is page 151. I would like you just to work on problems 1 through 9. It's only one page, just to the front side. Now, I know some of you are like, sweet, he's not collecting anything, therefore I don't need to do it. All right, get the 4 cheap homework points that mean very little in the grand scheme of everything, and do poorly on the quiz. Just saying. That's all I got for you.